Brahmacharini, Chandraghanta, Kushmanda, Skandamata, Katyayani, Kalaratri, Mahagauri, Siddhidatri. Now repeat it me here. Okay. All right. So the first is Shailaputri. The second is Brahmacharini. Now Brahmacharini is a form of Ma that represents Parvati Ma. This form of Brahmacharini she took when she was performing Tapasya to Lord Shiva to gain Bhagwan Shiva as her consort, as her spouse, as her husband. Remember the story in the Mahashiva Purana that in the former birth she was Mahasati. And then because of an altercation with Daksha, she came as the daughter of Daksha, the home of Daksha Prajapati. Then there was a self-immolation of her body because Lord Shiva was insulted as a sacrifice of Daksha. And as she reduced herself, this body, into the yogic fire, it was her last wish, her last desire to come back again to be wedded to her Shiva. Because Shiva without Shakti is powerless. So he needs the Shakti to perform all his duties of dissolution of the entire universe. He is the destructive aspect of Godhead, as we know. Now, it was not easy to conquer Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva cannot, the devatas tried. And one of the things they tried was to create this environment of spring, and they put Kamdev there to do the trick so that Lord Shiva could fall in love with Parvati and want to marry her. So this was what the devatas, they thought it was an easy way out. And Kamdev came and he performed all his leelas there. And these flowery arrows he would let go to strike the heart of Lord Shiva, who was immersed he's a sannyasi in this deep dhyan, this meditation. And then he realized that something was happening in this Kailash. And when he opened his eyes, he saw Kamdev. Kamdev was the culprit, doing all these things. And then from the third eye, he opened the third eye. From that third eye, this fiery power was unleashed, and that immediately consumed Kamdev into ashes. So the devatas tried that, that didn't work. So the only way, because Lord Shiva had to wed Mother Parvati so that his son Kartikeya would destroy the demons that was roaming the Tadaka that was roaming the earth at the time. So she took this young Parvati, she goes to the mountain and she begins to perform her tapasya. So in that form of Brahmacharini, she wears this yellow garment. So that is why, you have these small flags. The second flag is Brahmacharini, it is yellow color. So Shailaputri, Brahmacharini. So Brahmacharini, she takes a vow of celibacy. She takes a vow of purity, and so her entire life she dedicated to worshipping the Lord in the Himalayas mountains. But that's the form of Ma. One of the forms of Parvati is Brahmacharini. And in that, as the Brahmacharini, eventually she's able to conquer Lord Shiva with her penance and with her sacrifices and her devotion. That is how the Lord is one. That is beyond definition. So no matter how much amounts of words you may use, Prithvi par kagaz banu, lekin karu bandrai, if all the earth were to become a massive piece of paper, and all the oceans were to become ink, and all the trees of all the forests were to become pens, you can just use your imagination to think of how many gallons of ink you're going to have, how many tons of pens you're going to have, how what the square mileage of paper you're going to have, And you put all this together, and yet, Hariguna Likuna Jai. Even though you have all of these, yet they'll prove inadequate to fully describe the glories of Mother. Because she is beyond comprehension. She is that principle that is responsible for the creation of the universe, for its sustenance, and for its subsequent dissolution. So when the Lord, this Supreme Brahm, see, we have to, if you look at the general understanding of Sanatana Dharma, we believe that God is indeed impersonal. He is the, we call the Supreme Brahm. Brahm is that impersonal God. You refer to him as God, or refer to it as God. Tattvamasi, that thou art, is God. Now that Supreme Brahm is able to incarnate. That impersonal becomes personal. That invisible becomes visible. See, assumes forms. And so these forms are important because these forms you can relate to. It's hard for us to worship a God who is invisible. So worship a God whom you've never seen before, whom you never really know. So I tell you, close your eyes and pray to God. To whom? What in your mind now is going to, what image of God could be in your mind? It's hard to focus on the formless. Lord Krishna tells Arjuna in the Gita. Very difficult. So God, for our purpose, so he assumed these forms as Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. And Brahma is given the task of creation of the entire universe. And Vishnu is given the task of the sustenance, the maintenance of the universe, the world. And Lord Shiva is given the task that when everything comes to an end one day, everything comes to an end one day. All that you see will come to an end one day and will be replaced by new forms and shapes and new manifestations of the things that you see. So that destruction is important for a regeneration. Likewise, in order for us to transition to a higher plane of existence, then we must shed this physical, corporal body and move on to the next level of our existence. And that is, Bhagavan Shiva is responsible for that transition, that dissolution of the present and the assumption of the future. Now, you look at these three aspects and you've got the Trimurtis, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. And you look at all three of them and you put them together, you'll find that they are powerless. They need their feminine counterpart. And we don't refer to them as wives. Well, Brahma's wife is Saraswati and Vishnu's wife is Lakshmi and Shiva's wife is the word wife is a Western word. And his word doesn't do justice to the relationship between Shiva and Shakti, between Brahma and Shakti, and Lord Vishnu and Shakti. So the Shakti here supersedes this term or the meaning of wife. Shakti is the power. You see, the wife can be a consort or a companion, but the Shakti is the power. So the wife is separate from the husband. I mean, they're two individual bodies. But when you talk of Shakti is inherent, is present in the actual person itself. So Brahma, minus his Shakti, is powerless. He's unable to create. He needs knowledge how to create. He needs to know what he's going to create. He needs to know how to create, how much to create, where to create. And that knowledge is provided by his Shakti, who is his counterpart, Saraswati Ma. And then Bhagavan Vishnu, of course, if he is the sustainer of the world, he's charged with the responsibility of maintaining and providing resources for all of us, then he also needs the source of those resources. And the giver of those resources none other than Lakshmi Ma. So Lakshmi Ma becomes the consort. He's the Shakti now of Bhagavan Vishnu. And without that Shakti, he's also powerless. He can't do his job. And then Lord Shiva, again, in order for him to destroy, to dissolve, to perform his function as the dissolver of the entire universe, he also needs his Shakti. And that Shakti is Durga Ma, Parvati Ma, that feminine aspect. So Brahma, Vishnu, that impersonal Brahm can only function through these channels of creation, preservation, dissolution, which would require the help and the assistance of their feminine counterparts. In this case, it's Durga, Lakshmi, and Saraswati. Now you single them out and we worship them individually as Ma, as mother. Because mother and child have a very special bond, a very special relationship. And all of us have mothers. No one is coming to the world without a mother. And besides giving you birth, you know the tenderness of the heart of the mother. You know the sacrifices the mother made. And you have your personal relationship with mother. You know what it is like. And you can only relate that relationship. You magnify that. And then you get the idea of what this universal mother means in our lives. And what she does for us. And how much she listens to our prayers and petition. Now you have to imagine a scenario like this. Let's say the mother living in a second or a third story in a building, and she's overlooking the balcony, and she's looking down at the street below, and she sees her child is hurt, and the child is screaming for help on the street. What the mother will do? Mother can fold around and said, "Okay." Would she do that? She'll jump. All right. I know you will jump. I don't think most of them will jump, though. They'll take the elevator or they'll take the stairs. Because you jump, then both of you end up with the same problem, mother and child. Who can help who then? But jump would be a good suggestion. It sends on the message how urgent it is and how much mother loves the child. What the mother is prepared to do for the child. Sacrifice her own life for the sake of the child. So, likewise, when Ma sees the child is in pain, when she sees her child is crying, when she sees her child is hurting, when she sees her child is suffering, what mother is going to remain silent and not want to do anything about the child's situation? And if you are a true child of mother, you are a devoted child of Ma, you have that special bond with Ma, that special relationship with Ma. You talk to her every day, and you know she's listening to you, and you know how much she loves you, and you love her equally, and you are in danger, you're in trouble. You must have that faith, that confidence that mother is always there, ready and willing to intervene. And she does intervene to bail you out of your situations, to rescue you when you're in danger, to shelter you when you wander unprotected, to feed you when you go hungry, to console you when you're sad, to wrap her arms around you when the tears flow from your eyes, to wipe away those tears and to put a smile on your face again. That's the nature of Ma. So that loving relationship, my dear brothers and sisters, is what is required between us. And you don't need to be a scholar for that. You don't need to be a wealthy person for that. She loves all equally. If you were to ask Ma, who's your favorite child? And she'll tell you, you. You are. And everybody, if 6-7 billion people ask the same question, she will have the same answer for each one. It means that everybody is her favorite. Everyone. She loves us all equally. Kaun hai raja, kaun abhikari. In her eyes, who is the king and who is the beggar? Ek barabar tere sare pujari. See, she sees all equally because all are her children. And any sane mother, any wise mother, normally thinking mother, rationally thinking mother, if she has 10 children, and you ask her which is your most favorite, and she will tell you she loves all her children equally, because all are her children. See, and each may be different in her own way, but mother's heart is all embracing and ever loving. So in her eyes, no one is high, no one is low. She loves all are her children. And when you pray to her with sincerity, my dear brothers and sisters, it moves mother to respond. She does respond. And this is a time when, in Navratri, when she does respond very quickly to the petitions of her devotees. We take advantage of this period of Navratri and submit ourselves to her lotus feet. We trust in her benevolence. We trust in her compassion. We trust in her ability to respond. And we trust in her love that she bears for all of us. And that love never diminishes. Sometimes we tend to lose interest in Ma. Sometimes we get caught up in the world and you don't have time to pray in the morning, so you rush out of the house because you wake up late, or you're too busy, you have things to do. You don't have time, not even to say a prayer, you rush out to the home. And she's still patient, and she still waits, hoping that the next day you'll find some time to go and say a prayer, or to say hello to her before you leave your home. And you don't leave her behind in the home, you take her with you too. You make her your companion throughout the entire day. You can hum a bhajan to her. You say a prayer to her. While you drive your car, you're listening to her bhajan. Instead of listening to other kind of music, listen to her bhajan. You sing along. You surrender yourself to her lotus feet. And you feel that, when she's watching over you, you can feel that the power that Ma is exerting in all of us. So this is the glory of Mother. And my dear brothers and sisters, I'm sure that all of us have a personal relationship with her, and we know what she's doing in our lives. We can read volumes and volumes and volumes. You summarize everything in a couple words. And want all of you to leave here tonight, in this Monday, remembering just one. If you forget everything I said tonight, just remember one sentence. Ma loves you. Durga Ma loves you. She is your Ma. Well, we have our earthly mothers who brought us into the world. Many of us have lost those mothers. We are gone to the far beyond. We are not around anymore. You still have a mother. Ma is there. She's our real mother. She's our mother here and hereafter as well. When you leave the world, that mother is there with open arms to welcome you home again. She never abandons her child. So we must find the time, as we're doing here, there is Navratri, special time for us to express our love. As I said last night, all she needs from her devotee is love, nothing else. She has everything. She is the giver of everything. She owns everything. The universe is her creation. What does she need? She just wants us to be happy. And our happiness depends on forging a permanent relationship with Mother. So we pray that may the blessings of Ambe Ma be bestowed upon all of us. We continue to celebrate these 9 nights of Navratri. Each day, intensify our love and faith for Mother. And at the end of this sojourn, and by the time we conclude this Navratri, we would have felt and experienced that divine energy flowing through every channel of our bodies. Prem Surya Jagadamba Mata Ki. Now, secondly,
Jai जगदम्बे माँ ओ माँ माँ जगदम्बे माँ देवी माँ जगदम्बे माँ देवी माता दुर्गा रानी शक्तिशाली जगजननी माँ शक्तिशाली जननी माँ आज मैं तेरे डरते हुए तुम आज मैं तेरे डरते हुए तुम पूजा करो दुर्गा माँ तेरे द्वार से आया मैया तेरे द्वार से आया तेरे द्वार से आया मैया तेरे द्वार से आया दुर्गा देवी दर्शन दो माँ काली देवी दर्शन दो माँ मैया तेरे द्वार से आया मैया तेरे द्वार से आया माँ जगदम्बे माँ ओ माँ जगदम्बे माँ ओ माँ माँ जगदम्बे माँ ओ माँ जगदम्बे माँ माँ जगदम्बे माँ जगदम्बे माँ जगदम्बे माँ जगदम्बे माँ जगदम्बे मेरी माँ माँ जगदम्बे माँ तेरी माँ जगदम्बे माँ ओ माँ माँ जगदम्बे माँ तेरी माँ जगदम्बे माँ तेरे जग की जननी माता तेरे दया से जग मैया तेरे दया से जग मैया हे जगदम्बे हे महामाया जल पे बंदे मैं हुआया इतनी अच्छी बोले प्यारी 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 ममता माँ तेरे द्वार से आया मैया तेरे द्वार से आया तेरे द्वार से आया मैया तेरे द्वार से आया दुर्गा देवी दर्शन दो माँ माता की जय।
I wish her a happy birthday. But you know, since I know her, she looked the same. So there's no point asking her how old she is. It won't make a difference really. So I want to wish you a happy birthday. Ma's blessings, and what better way to celebrate your birthday, what better day to celebrate it during Navratri period here, right here in his mandir. So we want to wish you well, and many more, 110 knocked out. And Durga Ma's choices blessings. So like we normally do here, Bablu came here because he heard it was your birthday. So he came in to sing you a happy birthday song, birthday anthem.
मुबारक हो तुझको जन्मदिन तुम्हारे, सदा खुशी रहो है दुआएं हमारी। हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू, may भगवान bless you. Happy birthday to you, may the good Lord तेरा आज जन्मदिन तुझको मुबारक हो, ओ तेरा आज जन्मदिन
तुझको मुबारक हो।
बार बार दिले आए, बार बार दिले गाए, बार बार दिले आए, बार बार दिले गाए। दूतियों हजारों साल ये मेरी है आरज़ू। हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू, हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू, हैप्पी बर्थडे टू हैप्पी बर्थडे। Blessing from Bhagavan to you, blessing from all of us, blessing from Bhagavan to you, blessing from all of us. May you live a happy life and a blessed one. May all your wishes come true. May all your wishes come true. तुझियो हजारों साल ये मेरी है आरज़ू। Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to Ursula, happy birthday to happy birthday to you, happy birthday.
Once again, happy birthday.
तेरे अंगने में नाचू, तेरे अंगने में हो, नाचू तेरे अंगने में माँ, नाचू तेरे अंगने में। ओढ़ के चुनरिया लाल, नाचू तेरे अंगने में। हाँ, ओढ़ के चुनरिया लाल, हाँ, ओढ़ के चुनरिया लाल, ओ नाचू तेरे अंगने में। ओ नाचू तेरे अंगने में, ओ नाचू तेरे अंगने में माँ, नाचू तेरे अंगने अरे पाँव में पायल बाजे नाचो तेरे अंगने में, पाँव में पायल बाजे नाचो तेरे अंगने में, ओढ़ के चुनरिया लाल नाचो तेरे अंगने में। ओ ब्रह्मा नाचे विष्णु भी नाचे, ब्रह्मा नाचे विष्णु भी नाचे, शंकर के डमरू के ताल नाचो तेरे अंगने में, शंकर के डमरू के ताल नाचो तेरे अंगने में, ओढ़ के चुनरिया लाल मैं नाचो तेरे अंगने में। हाय गंगा भी नाचे जमुना भी नाचे, ओ गंगा भी नाचे जमुना भी नाचे, अरे धरती भी नाचे अंबर भी नाचे, हाँ धरती भी नाचे अंबर भी नाचे, नाचे देवतन यार नाचो तेरे अंगने में, ओढ़ के चुनरिया लाल मैं नाचो तेरे अंगने में। ढोलक झाले मजीरा बाजे, हाँ ढोलक झाल मजीरा ना, भक्तन नाचे दादा थैया तेरो अंगने में, भक्तन नाचे दादा थैया हो मैया तेरो अंगने में, मैया तेरो अंगने में, हो मैया तेरो अंगने में, हो मैया तेरो अंगने में, ओढ़ के चुनरिया लाल नाचो तेरो अंगने में, ओढ़ के चुनरिया लाल नाचो तेरो अंगने